The first contact was with Miss Katrina Heck. She was our course coordinator, and I remember visiting the websites of AACHEN and finding the contact details, and she was the first person I contacted, and she supposedly was our course coordinator, and she remained in touch with me right till the very end of her stay here. And she helped me in whatever way possible, all throughout, right from the very beginning till the point I came, and even after my arrival in many aspects.
There were some list of things that I need to do first when I came here. Some of the things were city registration to RWTH, insurance, and take the transportation, understand the city well.
My first contact would have been the International Orientation Week. This is a difficult one to answer because I didn't really have much contact, but we'll see how I go, right? So my first introduction would have been the International Orientation Week, and when you got to go and have a look at all the different clubs that are available, and probably also one of the first things I did was check out Hochschulsport and what was available at Hochschulsport, what kind of sports I could get involved in, how I could make new friends, etc.
So the first day was the welcome week in RWTH, and it was nice. There were good welcoming with it was a lot of students who was from all around the world, and it was nice.
Yeah, my arrival in Aachen was on 27th of August, and I'm very thankful to my German buddy that he got me an accommodation over here, and it was a very pleasant night, to be honest, having the fun of the summer in Germany, and I'm very lucky enough to get into those times, so I could enjoy the summer in Germany and enjoy the night too.
Yeah, I spent my first night to walk close by to see shops and so on, because I arrived on a Saturday and I knew that the Sundays the stores would be closed, so I actually bought breakfast, and then I ate something at a restaurant. That's actually my first day.
I was at the AO hostels because I didn't have an accommodation. I did not have a place to stay, so I stayed in a hostel for around 1 week.
And my first night was great because I'd already bought food, but one of my housemates cooked me dinner. She took pity on me and cooked me dinner, and then after that I unpacked everything so that my room would be all ready to live in from then forward.
The first night I thought gonna be warm, but it was cold. I am living on the 15th floor, so I can see my view from Lausberg and the city Aachen. Very nice, and I can see the cathedral, the Aachen Cathedral every time. So for me, the first night was more than excitement. I can't sleep over the night. So, and the specific part is the sun set down at 9 to 2 p.m. up to 9 to 10 p.m. in the night. Usually the sun set down in my country or in Bangkok is 6 p.m. maximum. So for me, it was really a cultural shock.
So it's the first time I'm away from India in Europe. The first time I arrived in Aachen was it was a Sunday, so the first impression was not as good. But yeah, as the days progressed, and then I realized that Aachen is as beautiful as they show it in the cinemas.
I mean, for me, coming from Australia, we're obviously a very new country, so the old part of the city was really cool. And I remember my favourite street was the one next to where the Dom and Kutschhof is. Still is, because it's a pretty street. But in comparison to my city back home, it's a lot smaller. And I was kind of like, where is everything?
RWTH for me, some universities are very small in the city that nobody knows about. But RWTH is a university that build be among Aachen. It's not a small university. This university is having more than 45,000 students, with a high percentage of international students. So for me, it's like multicultural language, and in my class there are more than 18 countries students are studying with me. So for me, it's a great pleasure to have them at university.
My first impression was this is an old city. Where it has the culture or the art about the old buildings pretty cool. So that's my first impression of the city, and that you have a lot of walking roads and so on in Los Angeles. Yeah.
The Aachen Cathedral is one of the 10th most important, most viewed thing in Germany. And for me, it's easy to go over all over North Rhine-Westphalia because of the semester ticket. And the North Rhine-Westphalia is the most populated state in Aachen, and it's really beautiful. And from Aachen I can travel to Netherlands and Belgium, so it's another more great opportunity to be in some city like this.
The first impression that I'd rather give of Europe as a whole when I first landed in Frankfurt was, yes, I can breathe oxygen now. Yeah.